What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be a curator today. Guys, got another fun one for you guys. Got the coffee on, and it's very rainy and dreary outside of the museum. Perfect for a monster conversation. Perfect for the Halloween vibe that we have going on here. Halloween is the Halloween season, I should say, is quickly falling upon us. And we have another hot topic of discussion. I asked a question in our Mego-like Facebook group a couple days ago. Has Neca Toys become the top monster figure company? And that question was met with a resounding yes. People said it's not even close. Some people said that Neca is 20 years ahead of even the closest competition. So with that being said, here's a question for you guys. Can Migo, or what will it take? That's a better question, guys. What will it take for Migo to compete, to catch, or even surpass Neca Toys in the monster department? What would that look like? What would that take? Now, I have a few figures out here. Migo figures out here. The Headless Horseman, the glow-in-the-dark Nosferatu, another popular one. The Pennywise, burnt face figure. Universal's mummy figure. Excellent figure. Excellent head sculpt, too. Then you have the Plague of the Zombies, the Hammer Films version, which I think is one of Migo's best figures. And then you have Universal's Frankenstein, that I thought Migo did a fantastic job on. I picked these figures for the most part because they were some of the more popular or favorites, fan favorites of the Migo collectors. It's so difficult to find the Headless Horseman figure, it's ridiculous. That's how popular he was. But what will it take? What is Migo doing or not doing that has made your decision on Neca Toys so resounding, so dominant? Can Migo catch Neca Toys? Do they have the ability to do that? Do they have the resources to do that? We can talk about the price point because, guys, listen, Migo is definitely beating Neca Toys in the price department. You're talking about figures that are roughly between $15 and $20, as opposed to Neca figures, which range anywhere from $30 to $40. So they are doing that in that department. They're beating Neca in that department. Now, if we can, you want to talk about the actual manufacturing of the toys, the quality of the toys. not just the playability of the toys, the likeness, materials being used to make the toys, clothing, accessories, etc. You know, from the head sculpt, which I think that's just a fantastic Pennywise head sculpt. Guys, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here with you guys because it's just fun, right? But you have Frankenstein. What could Mego do to improve upon this Frankenstein figure? To me, he's perfect. Yes, I've seen NECA Toys Frankenstein figure. He's all plastic. He doesn't have any cloth goods to him, you know. And as a collector, I prefer the cloth goods. Now, if that NECA Toys figure, Frankenstein figure, came with cloth goods, you know, actual clothing, then there's no contest. But this Frankenstein, to me, matches up very well with that Frankenstein figure, that ultimate Frankenstein figure that is just 100% plastic, molded plastic clothes and everything. You know, am I right? Am I wrong? We want to hear. Right in the comment section, guys, right underneath this video. As we're just drinking coffee and having a great fun Halloween monster debate. What will it take for Mego to catch, surpass, or compete with NECA Toys? I know what some of you guys are going to say. Well, you know, I like both. That's fantastic. That's not the question, though. I like both of them. You know, I have both of them. As you can see, my Pennywise figure back here, the new version of Pennywise. You know, and I have the 1990 version of Pennywise, NECA Toys version. I have those versions. So that's not the question, guys. And listen, if you don't want to answer the question, don't answer the question. You know, that's not what we're talking about. Tell me how Mego, what will it take for Mego to get to the top of the mountain? The monster horror genre mountain, if you will. Okay, what will it take? Better head sculpts. Better licensing, you know. More improved, detailed clothing for an 8-inch monster figure. Now, you know, because when you do that, though, they're gonna have to raise their prices a little bit. But I don't think that's going to bother anybody. Will that bother you? Let us know in the comment section, guys, right underneath this video. Would that bother you if Mego raised their prices to basically satisfy your horror and monster needs? You know, because they're going to have to get better construction, better material, clothing, head sculpts, everything, bodies. Would that bother you, though? Would the extra money bother you? You're paying tons of money to NECA, you know, so you could actually, I don't see why that would bother anybody, any collector. I personally, guys, I think that Mego can, I think they can do it because, what I mean, what they can do it, I think they can compete with NECA Toys. Their monster line is their best line of figures. Now, you know, we got the Marvel and the superhero figures coming out. Everybody's in love with that. That's fantastic. But their bread and butter remains their horror line, their monster toy line. That's their bread and butter. That's going to be their bread and butter for years to come. So I personally think that they should put more energy, and more emphasis on their, creating better horror figures. There was talk of a Headless Horseman exclusive figure that was going to be at the Mego meet this year, 2023 Mego meet. That never materialized. He was going to have glow-in-the-dark features and things of that nature. He's going to have all black outfit, I believe. Somebody was telling me. I could be wrong, or they could be wrong, basically. But that never happened. That never happened. And you have the Hammer Films line of figures, which I thought was just fantastic. I thought that this is one of their better ones. I love the Plague of the Zombies figure, head sculpt. A striking likeness to the movie version. What can be done? Can they do it? Can Mego compete with Neca toys? What will it take? That's the question. What will it take for Mego to compete with Neca toys in the monster horror department? That's the question of the day. And like I said, guys, the answer isn't whether or not you like what they're doing already. I'm sure you like what they're doing, what Mego is doing already. I like what Mego is doing already. What we're trying to find out is, what can Mego do better, more consistently? Can they raise their level, of their work rate, or their just their thinking process, their originality, to meet those demands that people are complaining about? Can they do that? Can they get their competitive juices flowing, in that direction? Raise that level of their competitive juices to say, hey, you know what? We can do that. We can create a monster line that's going to be so awesome that it's going to compete with NECA toys. If these figures and NECA figures are on the same toy shelf together, Migos are going to fly off the shelves faster and more consistently than the NECA toy monster figures. That's what I think Migos should really be thinking about, raising that level of creativity. Your thoughts, guys, your opinions. We want to get that conversation started. We want to spark that conversation. Let us know in the comment section, guys, as we close in on the Halloween season. You know the routine, guys. God bless. Stay safe. And keep collecting.